Hello. Welcome to a new live stream for today. We're gonna see some special requests and some altcoins beside the Bitcoin intraday. Let me welcome you, TG. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. How are you today? I'm fine. I'm fine. Actually, I'm very busy, just overwhelmed a little bit this week. I think you have realized already from the channel, and the updates are a little bit less, and that because yeah, I have a lot of things going on in my personal stuff, and that's why I barely find time, but I'm trying my best to keep you updated. So I'm using the live stream, which is much more easier. We can do everything in one shot, right? And also, yeah, we can cover exactly what you need. Yes, so I very much like the live stream with the possibility to request coins of interest. Yeah, that's great, man. This is the point. Awesome, TG. Could you check on WIF? Yes, I already wrote this, I think. Yes, WIF, first special request after the main list. So we're going to have Bitcoin intraday, SUI, FET render, and Solana. Those are the main coins that we going to see as first thing. And then we move, of course, with some special requests. We have WIF, ADA, HBAR, Caspa, and Dogecoin. Right? Those were yeah, written by DevDev. Welcome everyone. Fahim, welcome man. Sui, yes, of course, Sui is our is our main one. Of course, Clementinox. Good day, KG. Could you look at render? Yes, render is already there in the main list. Could this be a wave C? Yes, definitely. We already looked at it in the morning on the Discord. We have already someone asked me about render, and we sent yeah. So I mentioned that render is very. Here we go. I think this is no. This is FETCH.AI. Yeah, it's very clear wave. Yeah, so very clear ABC wave. Okay, for render is the most clearest actually. So we don't have really, and we are already in the blue box. We have just hit the one-to-one fib level, and we see some retracement. We're gonna of course check still what are the possibilities, but basically we don't really have like an impulse toward the downside. Yeah, this is an A, B, and a C, very clear. And almost all the coins, the altcoins, are also corrective, but they looks like that they are not. And just to create some fear, some FOMO, of course, in the market. I mean, there is no pump without a dump, right? So basically, this is a dump right now before the big pump. So good morning, Illusion Trade. Nice to see you, man. Um, yeah, hello, KG. How are you? I hope you're feeling better today. Yes. Could you please do ADA? Okay, already written. Yes, sure, bro. Al, welcome. Nice to see you, man. Ondo. Yes, we're gonna do Ondo. Here we go. And of course, for this stream is not gonna be very long, guys. I think we add more 3 special requests, and that would be it for this time. So to keep it a little bit much more detailed as well, and also less time a little bit because I will be very busy. One of them, of course, my wife has birthday today. So this is one of the things that makes me busy today. All right. Um, hello, KG, a legend. Thank you, Jamie. You're very welcome, man. Nice to see you in the live stream. All right. FET quickly update. Thank you. Yes, of course. MT, we're gonna do this. All right. Let's start, guys. Let's start with a Bitcoin first intraday. What is going on, so we can get a much more clearer insight for the whole crypto market, right? Based on Bitcoin a little bit. So BTC, we are looking right now to, of course, yeah, some consolidation here. Now, remember today in the analysis in the daily, I mentioned that, of course, be careful. We did not reach yet the 0.886, meaning we are still in a bullish setup. Now, I know that this creates fear and FOMO, but I'm still relaxed, right? We're still over the 0.886 even. And we see, of course, some retracement. Would it hold or not? We don't know. But even if you take the 886, you still have two bullish possibilities. So the first possibility right now is still impulsive. Yeah? We still can get an impulse. If we get the 886, you still get the high with a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 ending diagonal. If you get again the 886 before thinking bearish, and that's why I always think, I always say, guys, it's too early to be so scared. You might be, of course, in a triangle, which is at the end bullish, right? So a lot of scenarios still there playing and not hit yet before start to think in bearish, right? And plus, a scenario, let's say all those scenarios are broken. No ending diagonal, no impulse, no triangle, and then what? ABC. All right, 1-to-1 fib level will be given, of course, in this scenario, A, B, and C at 1-to-1 fib level, 100K, very psychological number, and definitely we gonna see a potential move toward the upside, right? So this is, again, another bullish scenario, I would say. Hitting, of course, the 97K 500 is, of course, interfering with the zone 1, meaning, and that means, okay, we have finished, we have topped, potentially, we're looking for lower. So before all the invalidation of all those scenarios, I cannot say we are bearish, despite any bear candles or red candles that we are looking at. On the 15-minute chart right now, we can see, of course, some red again, but yeah, you can see clearly kind of like an impulse. However, this has took the 886, meaning, of course, one more low is very, very possible, right? So we're still looking for one more low. Now, if we take a look at this structure here, you can see clearly potentially that you have here, it looks like already corrective, unless this is an impulse, ABC, wave 2 or a wave B, and you are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And obviously from the structure here, from the wave 3 that you can see it, your wave 4 has interfered, right? Already, by the way, before calling the wave 3 very short. The wave 4 has interfered with zone 1, meaning even it is not an impulse yet, okay? It has been invalidated. The impulse toward the downside is invalidated, unless, yeah, but I cannot call this still, I mean, like a wave 1, 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 again, invalidation. So this wave 1 is for your wave 3, let's say, and your wave 3 has to be an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 4 took the high or the low of the wave 1, meaning invalidation of an impulse. And that means we are very, very corrective, guys. All right, so this is a good indication. This is Bitcoin, and that means, of course, it has much more influence, of course, on the market right now for the altcoins. Why? Because anyway, the dominance is shrinking toward the downside, right? Lately. Now today, okay, we see some movement toward the upside. It's just a retracement. I mean, after what, right? After a huge impulse, right? So it is just recovering, but it's gonna recover just corrective and then continue toward the downside. However, still, of course, a good influence for the altcoins, right? And that means we are still looking for higher, guys. Bitcoin is not done yet. This scenario of bearish, this is the only scenario that you can move toward the downside. So, you know, always that is, at the same time, that is bearish and that is bullish. But currently, the only available bearish scenario that we can say that we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the downside, meaning impulsive, is a wave Z, right? In W, X, Y, X, and a Z. Now, I have been calling this scenario, of course, and to be careful from it, because it is very, very dangerous when it happens. It might be very, very volatile and very fast toward the downside. Did that happen? No, not yet. We don't see, of course, a very fast impulse toward the downside. I don't see the reaction that I would like to see after having a wave Z. Because when you get such a complex structure, what you would like to see is directly one, and by the way, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah? Something like this. Very fast. Even the wave 1 is very fast and volatile. This did not happen. we got a correction here. We got invalidation of impulse toward the downside, meaning we are still simply moving down just correctively. And I believe that if the 1-to-1 fib level is gonna be hit at 100K, this definitely is gonna be the fuel to move towards the upside for one more leg for higher. Therefore, my highest possibility here is not the W, X, Y, X, and a Z, besides that it is there and that it can unfold, but it's not high possibility. The reaction of the price action currently is not telling me, okay, we're topped and then we move very massively towards the downside. Okay. Higher possibility, in case we are still bearish, you have an A, B, and a C. Your wave A is simply 3 waves up. You got your correction. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave C. So we still need one more leg toward the upside to finish this correction and to finish, of course, this wave toward the upside, which it might take, by the way, the all-time high. Why? Because if you have realized today, and I mentioned it in the daily, that we took the 886 from the all-time high, guys. This is a huge indication that we are going to take the all-time high soon or later, meaning soon directly or later on, potentially after finishing this correction. Now, what are the possibilities, of course, to move for a wave C? Well, it can be, of course, a regular flat ABC, right? Your wave B is this W, X, Y, X, and a Z, but I don't see the reaction that it brings me to this scenario yet, right? I would like to see a very fast wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is what I would like to see, yeah? This is not the thing that we can realize here, and it obviously is still corrective, meaning one more high toward the upside. That's it for Bitcoin. For the bearish, of course, this is a bearish. The bullish is, of course, getting even higher. And that means, of course, a bigger A, B, and a C. Of course, the wave C still can be one more leg, as explained in the bearish before. Or it can be a big W, X, and a Y. We are looking at the orange scenario here. And that is a huge difference, okay? I know that they look the same, A, B, and a C, but W, X, and a Y can be much bigger. The wave Y can reach perfectly, of course, the fib levels for a wave B, 1.38, 1.23, 119, 126. Yeah, so this can be reached, of course, easily in case we are in W. You got your X, your wave Y is gonna repeat itself, and by the way, half of it has been already done. You still have the other half. Okay, so the probabilities are getting very, very close to this. Okay, guys, so this is what I'm saying. I cannot be so bearish right now at the at the end of a pattern that it is very, very close to finish in a very high probabilities, because we don't see reaction yet. Okay, if it is bearish, guys, I would say, okay, it should be very fast. It should be looking very aggressive, especially after a very exhausted and a very complicated structure here as correction. And you would like to see very fast reaction. Very simple. This did not happen. If this happened, I would be the first bear here to tell you, okay, you know me, guys. When it is bearish, I'm the first one, right? Even if I am bullish, I am in a trade in bullish, I would say, okay, it's bearish, I take the loss, I'm out, right? But it's not bearish yet. We're not 100% yet bearish. Still have 75 to 80% a bullish scenario to unfold. Still the bearish lacking for a lot of probabilities to happen. Yeah, I need first the 1-to-1 fib level. After the 1-to-1 fib level, then okay, I start to give a 50-50 or 60% bearish. But currently, cannot say we are bearish, guys. All right, so that's it for Bitcoin. And since Bitcoin is still looking for higher, of course, it's gonna influence somehow the altcoins, especially in an alt season, looking at the dominance, moving toward the downside. And of course, now it is recovering a little bit for a wave 2, because we got a wave 1 on the dominance. Once the wave 2 is done and finished, the alts will of course explode again, right? For a wave 3 in the dominance. And let me explain, we have to be ready, by the way. It's gonna happen very, very fast. You got your wave 1, we are on the way for a wave 2, right? And this is where Bitcoin is still gaining a little bit of strength here, and it might still continue for higher. But once we finish this wave 2, we might see a very fast wave 3 toward the downside. And this is where the altcoins, of course, is gonna explode, right? Because we're very, very close for a wave 2. If we take the fibs here for a wave 2 in an impulse, I think we very close to the 0.38. Here we go. And that means, yeah, we have to be ready, guys. An ABC potentially, and of course, explosion for lower prices. Okay, so nice to see this. I mean, it's good to always think in all possibilities, bullish and bearish, right? And just estimate the probabilities, very simply. When it becomes bearish, when it hits 1-to-1 fib level, overshooting it, then okay, I'm gonna start to be a big bear, right? But currently, I'm just still looking for higher, guys. All right, Sui. Sui looks a lot of FOMO for Sui. I mean, I'm already in a trade with Sui, and of course, I'm in a buy, and of course, I am in red, right? So very, very normal. Since we are corrective, of course, you cannot say, okay, it's bearish, and that's why I took my trade, and definitely it's gonna be in red. I'm not scared of it yet. It's still, of course, very, very potential for higher. And here we go. Now it took the low. Perfect. It took the 1-to-1 fib level. The alarm has been hit. Here we go. So we're very, very close for the 1-to-1 fib level in confluence with the 0.5 for a wave 4 potentially here in A, B, and a C. This is your wave C unfolding, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is your wave 5 right now. It's gonna hit perfectly the 1-to-1 fib level or around it. Still can overshoot a little bit, but it might, of course, make a very strong reaction toward the upside. What I'm looking at here is, of course, a 1, 2, 3. I cannot find, I do not have a very, I would say, like evidence that a wave 5 has finished. Right? You cannot see a wave 5 finished here. If you are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is not an ending diagonal. This is, of course, expanding. Wave 3 is longer than wave 1. And here is looking kind of like triangles. This looks like 3 waves, and here also 3 waves. So where is our wave 5? Right? Basically, 1-to-1 fib level is gonna finish this WX and a Y. Basically, what I'm looking at here is ABC after a triangle for W, as you can see, X, of course, as regular flat, and zigzag for the wave Y to finish a wave C, or I would say wave Y, just wave Y. Wave C is a different scenario, I'm gonna explain, but to finish a wave 4 in the yellow. Another scenario corrective for SUI is diagonal ABC, right? You have A, 3 waves for the B in the blue we're looking at, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Finishing wave C, finishing wave 4. By all means, right now, you are very, very close to the top, to the bottom, for in any case scenario here, for WXY or for the ABC. Very complex structure. Don't forget that this happened. This is exactly what happened before. And it is repeating itself again, right? The same thing is repeating on SUI. And this is a very, very clear signal that you're still looking for higher sooner or later, okay? And if we take a look at a bigger view for SUI, you will tell me, okay, but it looks like finished, right? It looks like a finished structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Even in a bigger view, on a bigger view, you can see clearly your 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as a wave 1. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. If you see here one just a candle, it cannot be finished, of course, on the lower time frame. Yeah, so basically this is not an impulse and this is also not an impulse, right? So we cannot say that we have topped yet. This is not an impulse and not an impulse as well. Therefore, a wave 5 is missing, all right? And I believe we are still very, very bullish. If we take a look as well on the KGT indicator for SUI, it's the first time I see such a move for the CVD lines, aggressive move toward the downside. What does this mean? Very, very bullish. Very bullish, okay? When you see such a move for the CVD lines, meaning a huge divergence is is forming here, guys. And that comes for the bullish scenario that I'm waiting for, an extended wave 5. And that's why I will not give up, of course, on my trade for SUI. Because I believe in my plan, and I believe also in the target which Funk is asking for right now. Good question right now, because this is where I'm gonna explain the target. The target for SUI right now on the bigger view is an overshooting wave 5, is in a very high possibility, meaning what is very possible right now, what you are looking at, is a potential, even in case that this is a wave 2, this is gonna be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for your wave 5 to reach around the $9 and $7.9 for SUI. Don't forget that SUI is already over the $5. So minimum target is $6. All right. Why? Because if you are looking in a bigger overview here, A, B, and a C finish 3 waves. You're looking for a wave B finished. This is definitely an impulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Minimum target is, of course, the 1.618 taken from this 1, 2 here. This is minimum target. Now this target here that you see at the 1-to-1 fib level is taken from the whole area here, right? The whole A, B, and a C, meaning 3 waves up for the A, 3 waves for the B. This is your wave C. However, I doubt it. Why? Because this impulse that you are looking at right now is your wave 1, once it is finished, of course. It is your wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Incredible. Unless one of this scenario will happen, whether we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, or we gonna see a very, very extended wave toward the upside, which it might transform into a wave 3. And what I mean with it is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. To reach the $9, at least, guys. This is what I see. Why? Again, channeling. If I go to the channels, when you have channels on the impulse here, you have your, let me start step by step. You have your base channel. The base channel is taken from the wave 1 based on the wave 2. You would like to see the wave 3 breaking the base channel, moving toward the upside using the wave 4, of course, as the base channel, using it as a support for the wave 4 and moving for higher. Now, when you move for higher in a wave 5, you would like to see, of course, the acceleration channel hit, right? You would like to see the acceleration taken from the wave 2 based on the wave 3. You would like to see the wave 5 at least hitting the acceleration, at least. This is the minimum requirement. And that means you did not hit it yet. And what is going on here is that something very, very huge is preparing for SUI, at least to hit the channel, okay? Which it might be your target 1-to-1 fib level here, okay? If you just want to hit it. Normally, it should get inside it, taking, of course, the middle part of the acceleration channel. Therefore, this is, of course, my vision for SUI, and I see it very, very impulsive. Plus, look what do we get on the CVD line. Very strong divergence like the strongest ever. If you take a look here before in the history, it is very, very sideways. And since this impulse has started, of course, it was still sideways until we see this move toward the upside. We start to see, of course, some movement here toward the downside, very strong divergence, right? Here we go. And it has exploded. And right now it is repeating again. And it's going to explode toward the upside. Yep, so that is for SUI. And of course, always guys have a plan and a strategy to be already in the market. You don't want to miss this, because if you are scared, of course, you're going to miss it, right? You're not going to enter it. You will see, oh, it's a lot of red and it's going to move toward the downside. It's probably bearish and so on. You have to be sometimes, of course, already inside the market, and you have to be ready, right? So to not miss the trade. Soon or later, it's going to hit, right? Just have a plan, a backup, and of course that you don't get liquidated, very simply. And yeah, just be in and be ready for the massive move toward the upside, which it might happen soon. Cool. So that was for SUI. Let's take a look at FET at 35. All right. Okay, FET. Okay, so FET also is still inside in this impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have an evidence for wave 5 finished. As you might have realized, we have our arrow here, which it was supposed a wave 5, and it was broken, and of course not finished yet. Therefore, I'm still looking after a wave 5 definitely. And you are looking at 1, 2, 3. Well, internally this can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impulse for your wave 3. This is your wave 4, by the way. A, B, and a C. Very clear 3 waves. Correction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finished around the 1 to 1 fib level. And potentially you're moving toward the upside very soon. Okay, so potentially we are at the bottom, guys. You would like to see a finished impulse here. Now this is a very one leg. Let me check. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, definitely. So yeah, it can be a little bit longer wave 5s just to create FOMO and fears and so on, but it's still there until you hit the 0.71. Before this, I cannot say that we have invalidated this scenario. Okay, invalidation is at 0.71, which is close. Yeah, I mean, this is a market. This is how it plays on psychology. Yeah, that you have sometimes to take your chances, because of course, like such a move, it might be also very explosive after it. Okay, why I'm looking for an explosive wave 5 as well on FET? Again, 1.27 only. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I'm expecting a very explosive wave 5. An explosive wave 5 needs a dump before, right? It cannot pump without a dump again. So it needs to reload and to charge again, and then explosion. This is my opinion right now. Of course, I can be wrong. No financial advice always, but this is of course my view for the things. It's not done yet. I see a massive move for altcoins still coming soon, especially FET and SUI. And let's see render. Okay, on render. Okay, so render also is a very clear pattern. As you might have seen, all of them are still, of course, looking for one more leg toward the upside. Very clear, of course, ABC for render. 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just hit the blue box. We just hit the 1 to 1 fib level. Now it's gonna take it a while. Of course, it's gonna test a little bit more lows and then moving simply explosively toward the upside. Why explosively? Because already your wave 1 is unbelievable. Right, it's already showing a lot of strength. So I don't know, a little bit of red, why it will scare you. You have already a reloaded impulse toward the upside, and it's just waiting to explode. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, obviously finished clearly as an impulse, obviously clear 3 waves corrective, meaning wave B, obviously 1, 2, because, well, if you want to take this as an A, B, and a C, it's impossible anymore. Why? Because, let me show you why. The possibility even for this bearish scenario is not possible anymore. Expanding flat. Look why. You have overshooted the 1.38 of an expanding flat. So how can I be corrective? I cannot. It's not allowed to be correct. It's not allowed to be corrective, guys. This is the thing. Like, this is what is beautiful about it, right? Because if I want to be corrective, okay, I got 3 waves down. Now we move up. What does it mean? It means definitely you took the high. It means definitely expanding flat, which is a wave B. You set up your expanding flat. You see, okay, we overshoot even in the middle. And that means I'm not allowed to be corrective here. It's wrong, right? So we are very, very bullish, guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, also very explosive wave towards the upside. I'm expecting the 7.9 for render. For render, it might have finished the wave 1. You are in ABC simply 3, 4, 5. Okay. Very bullish, guys. Very bullish. I cannot be bullish more than this, to be honest. I mean, it's an awesome setup for bullish, actually. So yeah, these are the possibilities for render and FET and SUI. All of them still looking the same. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana was performing the best, by the way, between all those coins lately. But yeah, not really. But yeah, it has finished as expanding flat, you see? I was saying it was performing because, okay, it took the all-time high. And I was thinking, okay, why Solana is impulsive while SUI and the other were sideways? But it appears that it is also in an expanding flat, right? And here we go. If we set up our expanding flat here, fib levels, here we go. You're still at the 1.23 exactly for a wave B, meaning right now you are still looking for a wave 5. Very simple. And this is your A, B, and a C. Guys, that is no much clearer, how would say, there is no much clearer bullish setup than this. Many of you, I believe many of you now is seeing it as very, very bearish, just because looking at a lot of red and moving in an impulse and so on, right? This is the market. This is how it tricks you, okay? You have A, B, and a C might be finished very soon. What you would like to see hit for a clearance here for a finished wave C expanding flat. Here we go. Okay, it might move a little bit lower, but look, in confluence, it's simply is a 0.38, which is a very common target for a wave 4. Why I should be scared, right? So SUI is still definitely looking for higher. Don't forget, SUI is in a bigger view is different a little bit. Solana is different than SUI and FET, render, and the others guys. Okay. In Solana, you're looking definitely for the 1-to-1 fib level. Yeah. And if you compare the performance of this move in comparison with other altcoins, you will see that SUI might not be profitable as much as the other coins. Okay. Now, it's not a bad one. Okay. It's going to be extended wave 5, obviously, as well. Yeah. But in comparison with percentage, it's not going to be how to say profitable in revenue as much as the other coins. Don't forget also that you have a very long wave 2. Your wave 4 has to be, by the way, minimum requirement time. Here we go. You would just hit the 1-to-1 fib time almost exactly inside this blue box, which is between the 1.38, 1.68. Yeah, between those fib level and fib time. So let's put the time here exactly. Here we go. How much accurate this would be? That would be great. When the things becomes so much accurate like this is a perfect setup for me, to be honest. this would be a perfect setup. So let me check. Yep, so SUI is still, of course, looking also for lower. I just want to see as well the timing here. Okay, so yeah, with SUI, the timing is taking a little bit longer time. Your wave 2 is short, but it's very obvious that SUI is moving very in big sideways. Yeah, so for this impulse, so that's very normal. That's very normal. Okay, so basically those are for Solana as well. So we render. We did Solana, of course, at 41, I think. All right. Can you do WD? Okay, guys, we're gonna have to do the stream very helpful and very informative. If the charts are not really nice and something interesting, I might apologize, guys, for you. I cannot really do it because my time is very tight, and I try my best, of course, to give the best things here. So let's start with WIF. WIF USD. Okay. For WIF, we have, of course, something interesting. We have also a 1-2, right, setup, 1-2, 1-2. We're looking at the wave 3. Even the wave 3, potentially, it can be finished, yeah? And you're looking for a wave 4 here. The wave 4 is going to take a very long time, okay? However, your wave 3 here is short, meaning your wave 5 again might be very extended. So this 1, 2, 3, because this one 1.27 is taken, of course, from this 1, 2. And you have reached exactly the 1.27, retracing and moving later for wave 5, which I see it very extended because you got a short wave 3. Unless in SUI, okay, in SUI, I don't see it, sorry. I don't see it extended, sorry, because the wave 3, let me check if it is, okay. I think this is not longer. Okay, yes, it can be extended, sorry. It can be extended. So I was thinking, okay, what if the wave 1 is longer than wave 3, because it is possible. Then you get a short wave 5, but it's not. You took the 1.27, by the way. All right, so it means wave 3 is longer, and then definitely you're looking for an extended wave 5. Yep, again, target, I would say target, it can, I mean, I will start with the 1.618, yeah? And then next target can be, guys, higher. It can be, of course, the $3 for WIF. And anyway, because your main target as the daily, if you are very long-term and spot holder, A, B, and a C, you are looking for the 1.05 at least at $5 for WIF, which it was before 4.8, which is not so far, to come back and take the all-time high. It's the alt season, why not, right? A, B, and a C. And yep, that was for WIF. I mean, there is nothing to add more. I mean, I think you might have to be a little bit having some some nerves here because the wave 4, it might take a lot of time. Okay, you might see right now ABC, but I think it's gonna even range a little bit more with time. It can be another big ABC, yeah, and then moving for higher. So yeah, let's watch WIF. But I believe that it's not ready yet. Well, it can be, by the way. I mean, you have passed 0.618, which is uncommon FIP time, okay? And it is very close to the 1-to-1 FIP time. But preferably that you see a little bit more, right? And don't forget that this can be a little bit deeper, like wave C. Invalidation has been given, so be careful, right? And then moving toward the upside. I think those are old. Let me take the new wave 4. Okay, wave 4 impulse. Yeah, so basically this is what we're looking for. the timing, okay, I'm gonna put already my expectation here in this area. Okay, guys. Well, this one is already passed, but I believe that it's gonna hit somewhere here. Okay, in here, definitely. Wave 4 and moving towards the upside. All right, so that is for wave. Unless expect if you don't get lower, you're gonna pay with time. Okay, so it's gonna be like triangle and then moving towards the upside. By the way, your wave 2 is a flat. Alternation should be very deep. That's why. Okay, that's why I'm still looking for lower. Okay, as alternation guideline, you have to get a deep wave 4. Cool. Yeah, and when it is deep, that means it might be fast and then moving toward the upside. Cool. That was for WIF. Okay, let's see ADA. I think FET has finished the wave, the 5 waves up. And now in a correction big ABC, and now we are in the C correction, which is in micro ABC2. Abudi, welcome, man. Many of you think the same. Many of you think the same, which I don't agree, but I respect your opinion, of course. All right, 51 and ADA USD. All right. Okay, so we were still looking, as you might see, we were still looking for ADA for higher again. The same scenario, the same thing repeating right now on all coins. Isn't it weird? Like it's repeating itself on every coin, and the potential, of course, for getting higher is very high here still. Why? Because you have a leading diagonal. You have a 1, 2, you got a 1, 2, 3. Now with ADA, okay, I would say be careful with it, yeah, because we just very close to take the invalidation, by the way. If this is a wave 3, and I think we took it, not yet. Very tiny gap, I think, but it's gonna be taken. All right, it's gonna be taken. So with ADA, okay. Well, I think I already mentioned my opinion about ADA. If you remember, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I said, I know that you like it, but I don't. I don't like this chart because, I mean, look at the daily, guys. Okay, where is the impulse in this area? Right, in this chart there is no impulse. It is already clear 3 waves, right? ABC finished, unless of course it is 1 2, but I cannot because the wave 2 took the 886, and I always mention this as a weakness for ADA, right? And that's why it's a little bit hard for it. It's not like render. All right, it's not like FET and the other SUI and so on. Yeah, it's just simply ABC finished. There is no potential for double 1 2. Now you can have a 1 2 here definitely, and this can be a double 1 2 what is forming over there. But yeah, I don't really like it unless you want to see very explosive waves towards the upside. It's time. Right, it's time for ADA to show some strength. Otherwise, yeah, it's not really nice. Okay, you would like to see 1 2, then 1 2, and then wave 3 towards the upside. So meaning, if let's say, of course, if this is a wave 4 5, well, which I doubt it, because a wave, how can we call this? Okay, this is an impulse potentially 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Interfering, as you can see, right? 15-minute chart. 1 2 3 interfering. There is no impulse. And the problem, when you don't have an impulse, and also here you don't have an impulse, a lot of overlapping. Okay, then you start to think, what if it is leading diagonal? Well, this is not a leading diagonal. Wave 5 is longer than wave 3. And if you take, of course, take it from here, that this is your wave 4. What a wave 4, right? Based on the wave 2 here, the timing is so small, right? Which is incredible wrong, right? Meaning there is no other option rather than thinking about a wave 4 and a 5. Okay. All right. So basically, we still looking for higher, but if you take the invalidation, well, I'm not anyway bullish on it on the daily. Since the daily, I'm not so bullish on ADA. But if you want to take it at 1112s, you would like to see a wave 3 unfolding, guys. It's time. It cannot play with this, okay? Unless if you take the invalidation, I'm not bearish because you still have potential. Okay, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt here, or whatever we say here, and then moving for wave 2, and then explosion for wave 3. Otherwise, just forget it. Forget about being bullish on ADA, to be honest. On the daily, it doesn't shows really nice potential. This is a problem, and that's why I mention always, you would like to see a very healthy chart, starting with an impulse, giving you a direction. Now, of course, it's still an A, B, and a C here, 3 ways up, 3 ways down, potentially, and you're looking for higher anyway. But you would like to see something really nice, impulsive, like a motive wave, like an impulse, diagonal, double 1-2s. Even here, double 1-2s is invalidated, unfortunately. All right. For HBAR, let's see HBAR. Okay, and we start HBAR at 56. Clementinox, is render correction, is that a zigzag or a flat? It's a flat. It's a 3 waves by 3, and impulse at the end. If a flat, then would wave C be 1-1, and the zigzag wave C will be between 1-1 and 1.61? Yes, yes. When you are in a regular flat or a zigzag, first, the common target for both is 1-1 fib level. The difference is that a regular flat can hit the 1.05 as uncommon, while the zigzag can extend to 1.618, yes. Uncommon target, but both common target is 1-1 fib level. Great. Okay, let me check. Sorry, guys. I'm checking on Sui. I wanted to take the low, actually. On Sui, I'm afraid that it moves up. Of course, I wanted to move up at the end, but I wanted just to take the low, exactly the 1-1 fib level. It didn't took it yet, because of course, I want to start a new trade from there. But obviously, the support is very, very strong. Yeah, so it's finishing in ending diagonal, and potentially it's finished. Man, okay. All right, it's fine, guys. this is sometimes, yeah. I'm already in, but I want to top over it at that price. This is the thing. Okay, so Caspa. First, before Caspa, we didn't do HBAR. So HBAR at 58. So here we go. All right. So for HBAR USD, okay, for HBAR we are looking at, of course, this potential impulse toward the upside. We are looking to finish a wave 5. Now, of course, definitely we're gonna see lower. It can be, of course, a finished impulse for HBAR. Well, again, it's the same problem, right? Again. The same problematic thing with this wave 5. Yeah, it cannot be taken as an impulse. No way. 1, 2, 3. Everything is overlapping. Everything is overlapping. This is not an impulse. This is a WX and a Y in double zigzags, right? As you can see. And that means, of course, it's an A, a B, and a C, again, expanding flat. Or WX and Y. A, B, and a C as an expanding flat targets. Overpassed. So that is potentially W, X, and a Y. Okay, let me check first. And it might be bearish, nobody knows. I mean, let me step by step, zigzag. Okay, yeah, you see? W, X, and a Y in a zigzag for a wave Y. And that means potentially you're looking at a wave 2 here. Mini magenta. Okay, here we go. So, sorry, at the wave 4, you still in a wave 4, not a wave 2. You are already in 1, 2, 3, but yeah, this is already kind of like a very short one. Yeah, I believe you are in 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and a big 1, 2. Ooh, yeah, a lot of 1, 2s. Well, it can be the 1, 2 of your wave 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 3, and meaning basically you are mainly in double 1, 2. And this might be your wave 3 unfolding, right? Yeah, so, however, overshooting the 1 to 1 key level, overshooting this, meaning, of course, bearish, okay? A high potential of bearish, okay? Meaning A and then B, oh, even in bearish, we are, even in bearish scenario, we're looking for higher, guys. Incredible. A, B, and a C. Yeah, I mean, there is no other way. Let's say even A or W, X, and a Y, your wave Y has to be a structure. Guys, it's bullish. I'm sorry. Even in bearish, still looking for higher. 1-to-1 fib level is a potential reversal. Okay? To be watched. All right. Definitely. It cannot be bearish yet. It cannot be bearish yet. Let me check also this fib. Let me just scratch my brain a little bit. Yeah. You see, we overshooted the 1.38. It cannot be bearish. It cannot be even expanding flat. Okay, so I'm trying to see, okay, what if we have a bigger wave C as an expanding flat? It's not possible. This is so much overshooted. And that means, guys, you're still looking for 3 waves here, finished potentially, and then B, and you're looking for a wave C, or you are looking for a structure zigzag, for example, towards the upside. And W, X, and a Y. So in all case scenarios, we are still looking for higher. Impressive, right? Impressive. In a bigger view, you have finished W, X, and a Y. Yeah, everything looks fine. It cannot. Okay. Yeah, I'm still looking for higher in all cases. So meaning if I am bearish, okay, let's say we're bearish, okay, we want to take the low. You have A, B, and a C finished 3 waves. You have a wave B. You're still looking for a finished structure. This is unfinished structure, meaning one more high, okay? In this way, you can finish a W, X, and a Y, and then start to think, okay, we're bearish again. All right. Sometimes the price action is very, very interesting when it gives you, especially when it gives you in both case scenario, one direction, right? That is the biggest opportunity. No financial advice, guys. Be careful. But yeah, definitely. If I'm looking for a bigger zigzag, this wave B for the zigzag is not finished yet. Cool. That's it for HBAR. Watch the 1-to-1 fib level as, of course, key level. All right, let's do Caspa. All right, Caspa. Okay, obviously triangle. Is it a wave 4? Well, yeah, definitely. Okay, very clear. It is an impulse as a 1, 2, 3. You did not invalidate yet. You are looking at a wave 4, and definitely your wave 4 is A, B, C, D, E. You're looking for higher sooner or later. We still, of course, inside our already analyzed. So nothing to change has changed, nothing to add. Yeah. Target for wave 5 still, of course, around this box or around the 1-to-1 fib level, taken from the 1 here to the 3 and giving you around the 0.17. So nothing to add on Casper, guys. It's the same. You are simply in a triangle. Very, very clear. Okay, very clear. Nothing is impulsive towards the downside. Nice. Dogecoin at 1 hour 6. Okay. All right. Dogecoin. CPI and Pyth. Are they good chart? Are they impulsive on the daily from the beginning of the chart? If not, then I think I cannot use it, guys. CPI, what is CPI? USD, this one? CRV. I don't find anything with CPI, bro. There is no coin with CPI. Okay, there is no CPI, bro. Pyth. I think we did this also before. For Pyth. No. Sorry, man. I remember the coin. That's why I was asking. So please don't ask me for it anymore. Okay, it's bearish, very bearish, impulsively. CPI USDT. Guys, why I don't do these charts which are very bearish on the bigger time frame? Because guys, it's okay. It's so bad, bro. Or CTA. This is, bro. There is no CPI USD. There is no one. Okay, there is no. I cannot find. Is this a CPI USDT? There is no. Okay. So make sure what is the name. Why I don't do such a chart, guys? Because first, whether you are futures trader or you are spot holders, right? This is horrible for spot holders. ICP, man, yeah. So this is horrible for spot holders, right? And therefore I cannot really give videos for it, analysis. I like to encourage it. I know it might be good for the future traders, for the futures, right, who want to sell, but I mean, yeah, we don't want to have like this conflict on the channel as well. Okay, so that's why I don't do these things. ICP is one of them, by the way. ICP is horrible. Okay, it's a horrible chart. Okay, if you are a spot holder from the 600, you are at $5 right now. So why I should encourage such a coin? I'm sorry, bro. Sorry, man. I will not take it. All right, Dogecoin. Okay. So for Dogecoin, so Dogecoin, last time we were saying that there is an ultimate bullish scenario, of course, for Dogecoin that it might unfold. We have, of course, a triangle potential in this area, A, B, C, D, and E, and then explosion, or you have finished a correction, you're looking at several 1-2s. Very low possibility because it became like kind of like several 1-2s here, if you can see, which I don't like it. And by the way, every time, of course, you see overlapping like this, you have to consider a correction wave. Final scenario can be, of course, an A, B, and a C towards the downside. Okay. Which is this scenario unfolding in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You have finished a wave 1 impulsively. You are in a wave 2. Potentially, you're looking for 3, 4, and a 5 for lower. Unless you say, okay, no, I'm not so much bearish. I'm sideways. Can be. Okay? Can be. But to say it is bullish, no, it is in an impulse toward the downside and looking for continuation. Okay, so that's why. Now internally on the 1 hour chart, of course, it looks bullish, right? So it can be where we have 1 2 and then potentially another 1 2 here, 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Well, the wave 5 is questionable, is looking 3 waves, but still fine. Okay, let's take it again easier. So let's say we have a 1 2 as well, 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Okay, meaning this is a bigger scenario for later on. Okay, let's upgrade this as brackets. Here we go. Okay, meaning right now you are in the yellow scenario as 1 2 3 4 and a 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, yeah, wrong blue, I mean wrong timing for the blue box, or never measured. Okay, the timing for a wave 4 is still very early. Okay, why? Because you have, of course, a wave 2 very long in time. You might have a very long range wave 4. Okay, currently you have 3 waves down, 3 waves up. You might see even 1 2 3 4 5 deeper. Yeah, because this is a flat. This might be a zigzag. Okay, potentially, or something else unfolding much more longer in time. Okay, so I don't see yet. I mean, it can move for higher, but I mean, look how much far is it? It is still from the 0.618 fifth time. Okay, so I cannot be very, very bullish on it yet. But you are in a bullish setup, and in a bigger view, because we are bearish in a bigger view, what does it mean if you are still looking for higher? If you get one more leg, be careful. Of course, it can be in 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, meaning, of course, something else is unfolding, which is the ultimate bullish scenario in the daily, right? The ultimate bullish scenario, as I repeat, it can be, of course, a 1 2 1 2 and then moving toward the upside. Okay, this is the ultimate bullish. So just to keep everything like stable as bullish and bearish. So basically, if you continue for higher here, okay, the ultimate bullish scenario is potentially unfolding. All right. If this does not happen, if you see here A, B, and a C, and your wave C might be, of course, a big impulse, or it can be a W, X, and a Y, by the way, one more wave toward the upside as a zigzag, finishing zigzag and X, meaning in a bigger view, you have an impulse finished. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here, or leading diagonal, by the way, as a wave 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And then you have your wave 2 here, yeah, with W, X, and a Y. And then moving down, despite the move toward the upside. It reminds me with ADA, right, a few minutes ago, where we saw, of course, a potential move for higher in all case scenarios. This is the same case scenario, because if you are an A, B, and a C, well, wave C here is an impulse, but this is a very straight impulse. And obviously, you're still corrective, meaning you're still looking for higher. But be careful, it might turn into W, X, and a Y. Why? Because you have a leading diagonal. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toward the downside. However, the bullish scenario also in a bigger view is there. What if it is A, B, and a C? Yeah, so always there is a way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 is questionable 3 ways. Okay, that's why. Higher potential goes for leading diagonal because of the 3 ways wave 5. And when you are in leading diagonal, meaning wave 1. This is how possibilities and probabilities goes higher and lower, right? Cool. Let's move with ONDO at 1 hour 15 or okay. All right, GT. no worries, bro. But ICP, I mentioned this many times, yeah, about ICP. I don't like this chart because it's so bad. It's a waste of time and of money for you. Alfonso Tota. That's so Italian. Alfonso Tota. Love Italian names. Hey bro, can you take a look at ARCBLOCK about very nice charts? Okay, we can take a look, of course. Would love to know your opinion. With pleasure, man. We'll take a look. I hope that it's a nice chart. Dev, you're the best. Much respect and love for your work. Thank you, bro. You are the best, guys. I appreciate all your kind words and your support. You are the only reason that I'm doing this. I really I'm if I tell you what I have in my what I have things in my life right now going on, you will tell me how you are you in a live stream right now. You know, we all have problems, we all have issues and stuff in life. So yeah, currently I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I'm doing this to relax with you guys. Yes, I am Italian. Yes, nice man. Nice to see you. All right. Yes. What you asked for, bro? Let me check again. What was it? I cannot find the name on the chat. ARCBLOCK. Okay. ARCBLOCK. All right. Let's add this ARCBLOCK. All right. Thank you, Illusion Trade. You're very welcome, guys. All right, so let's move with ONDO again. Let's re-update the timing to not waste the time for you later. Okay, so ONDO. Thank you, GT. Sorry. Thank you, man. Bless you all, guys. All right, so what we have on ONDO. So for ONDO, yes, it's a nice chart starting with an impulse, which I love it, right? It says already, it tells us a direction, right, toward the upside, which is good for both futures and spot traders, and that's why I love always to offer good opportunities for both sides. Yeah, so that's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave A or a wave 1, wave 2, of course, finished, and you're looking here potentially at yeah, I cannot call it an impulse here, definitely, right? That is problematic. Therefore, an A, B, and a C, definitely, right? A bigger correction here. After an impulse, bigger correction, and now you're moving toward the upside. So whether we are in A, B, and a C toward the upside, or you are in a 1 and then 2, of course, this wave 2 has to be there, guys. Right, so wave 2, and then you're looking for wave 3 towards the upside. Okay, so yeah, basically I would like to see this unfolding, and on the lower time frame we see some good price action, but again, some coins, if you have realized, some altcoins, which is ONDO, for example, potentially they are forming this kind of 3 ways up, 3 ways down, potentially structure impulse toward the upside, or 3 ways up again. Yeah, meaning again, bullish in all case scenarios, whether you are looking for bearish or you're looking for bullish, you're gonna see an uptrend. If you have realized the latest coins here, we saw ADA, DOGE, and Kaspa, I think, and now ONDO. Those coins are having the same scenarios, right? And especially that you have started here in A, B, and a C, of course. Don't forget that there is a potential 1, 2 as well. 1, 2 again, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning this is your wave 1 here. Okay? And meaning this an ABC as, of course, expanding flat for wave 2. And then continuation for higher wave 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning, guys, in all case scenarios, you're bullish here. One more move towards the upside soon or later, whether it's gonna be 3-way structure or it's gonna be an impulse. One of these scenarios, right? If you get an impulse, you have to be careful. Of course, it still can be a wave C because A, B, and a C, right? And if you, after this wave C, there you have to reanalyze, of course. You can ask me and I will do it with pleasure. If we get 3 waves down and continuation toward the upside, definitely we are moving in an impulse in a bigger view. Okay, that means in a bigger view, you have launched your bullish scenario, right? You have 1, A, B, C for wave 2. You got your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the moon, right? Cool. So basically, on the low time frame, higher prices is requested in all case scenarios, despite the red, despite the fear that you are looking at, right? Bro, can you use a random chat to teach us how to set up a stop loss and using Elliott wave? Basically, we have a Discord, but even such things, I don't teach it yet, and I don't really give something like this because it can be like financial advice, and I'm not an advisor. Legally, I'm not allowed. But I can help you with some hints, of course, on our Discord. Okay, and don't forget that we use a copy trades. There are copy trades, so you can also learn from it how I enter the things. Yeah, so of course we are not always in profit. Basically, we are always in profit. But now, for example, we see a lot of red, but that's very, very normal for me. And of course, we're gonna take it back soon. Yeah, so of course, yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky, especially with Elliott wave, how to use your stop loss and take profit. And how, I mean, also even that is a strategy that I use using Elliott wave, how I divide my capitals in a way that I enter the trade, even if it is in red currently, I still can bring it down toward the downside without hitting liquidations and getting a very good profit. Can you do a micro analysis of Bitcoin on the 5-minute? Okay, we can take a look at Bitcoin again. So that was for ONDO. WLD, so we're gonna take a look, of course, at Bitcoin before we finish the stream. But let me see, WLD, guys, I think also is not a good coin. I hope that... Okay. I'm not sure if you are the same guy. Always ask me about it. Who asked for it? WLD. Activated. Hello. Sorry, bro. I didn't see it. Hello, man. I hope that you're doing well. Okay. This shot is not a good shot. Okay, so I cannot do it, guys. Please don't ask me for it anymore. Next is a Brett. Okay, what is Brett? Brett USD. What is obviously when not a good one. Okay, not a good one. Okay, I mean it can be an impulse 1 2 3 4 5. Look at the wave 2. Okay, now your time. Okay, but that is an impulse. Yes, that is. Your wave 2 took the low almost. Okay. Again, very bad for spot holders and unsecured one, right? So it can be, of course, very simple, A, B, and a C towards the upside. But there is plenty of charts that it deserves your time and my time and the time of the channel, right? There is plenty of good coins that it deserves those time because it can offer you better opportunities. AVAX. All right, so AVAX. So we have an impulse towards the upside, definitely, so that's nice. Now, of course, it is very sideways, which I don't like it, but basically this sideways is very close to finish. If AVAX will hit the wave E and move down, that will be very bad, okay? Therefore, we're gonna remove AVAX from our list. Hopefully not, but if it moves higher, which is very possible for a wave E anyways, this is the minimum things that it happens right now for a wave E, be careful from reversal. However, you have also an A, B, and a C towards the upside. You have an impulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 continuation for higher. Another scenario is W, X, and a Y. Your wave Y is a big structure. You're looking for an impulse to finish this structure. So that would be nice. Once you break invalidation of triangle, that would be awesome. That would be your great opportunity to enter for an impulse here. $66. Currently on the lower time frame, so meaning AVAX in the overview is very bullish, right? In all case scenarios, even in the bearish one, which is a triangle wave E, you're still looking for higher. On the lower time frame, we have a leading diagonal for wave 1, ABC for wave 2. Currently, you see a very, very intense, aggressive wave 1, potentially wave 2, again 3, 4, 5, continuation for higher. I hope that AVAX KGT is working without problem. Yes, it is working. Okay, yeah, very, very strong divergence. Yes, I think on the 15-minute chart you would like to see it. Here we go. Very huge divergence for AVAX, meaning this is very, very bullish, guys. Soon or later, ABC can be finished already. Yes, already finished, guys. I think so. The same for SUI. I think we lost the trade. We lost the entry, I mean. No. Oh my god. You see, okay, this is what I was talking about. My entry point was exactly at 1-to-1 fib level and definitely was not taken. So we lost the entry. It's totally fine. Okay, it's moving impulsively, potentially. No financial advice, guys. It's just for my trade. But yeah, basically, it's done. Okay. We're gonna see. I mean, it can still be, there is a still potential of 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 diagonal. Nobody knows because it can be ABC, right? A, B, and a C. Your wave C can be this diagonal, but I'm suspecting. I'm more into WXY here. I'm more into WXY, like W for triangle. The X is a flat, and the Y is a zigzag finished 1-to-1 fib level, moving toward the upside, hitting the 0.5. Very nice confluence. Yeah, that's it. If I lost it, I'm already in. That's why I'm already in. Because sometimes it happens like this, guys. These things happens like that, simply. All right, so 1 hour. You can. I mean, market is not like, even if you are in an Elliott wave analysis, and that you tackle everything. It's not necessarily always that you can have everything in perfection. Here we go. It just tricked me right now, right? And just few cents. Guys, what happened to you? Why is nobody interested in injective analysis anymore? Did it hurt you personally or I think Insult, you're the first one who suggested injective, and I liked this chart. And that's why, yeah, I still love it. And it is one of the best. So we love 0.5 and 1-to-1. Yes, yes. So we is a very clear chart, by the way. I love it. I love to trade it. Okay, so by the way, let's add also injective for our brother Insult. Yeah, we don't have a problem at all with injective. Is a very, very nice chart. I love it. ARCBLOCK for Alfonso. ARCBLOCK. Okay. Crypto.com. I think it's EAVT. Okay. I hope that it's a nice one. Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's a nice chart. Okay. So basically, psychology found exactly here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. Interesting one, but very tricky. Okay, it's a short wave 3. Okay, look what do you have. You have a 1, 2, 3 short wave 3, wave 4 in triangle, no invalidation given. Your wave 5 is very extended toward the upside. And that because a new psychology has been found for this project. I don't know what is the project. If it is AI, I have no I'm not surprised. If it is an AI project, I am not surprised. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 of wave 5 is an ending diagonal. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Cool. Currently, you finish an ABC after it, which is typical basic Elliott wave, right? Here we go, wave B. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sorry. It's a WX and a Y. W, X, and a Y. Why? Because we have a zigzag, okay? And obviously, any impulse has been already invalidated by interfering with zone 1, and you're moving impulsively, again, toward the upside. Characteristic of this chart has been already noticed, okay? When it starts an impulse, look what it does. I think when you analyze every day, you start to notice the characteristic of the chart. Another characteristic of this chart is when it top, it shows you a very strong wicks, right? Signals. You see it? Very, very clear. So this is the character of the chart. You know, every chart has a character. You know, like for example, Funk just now said Sui loves 0.5, and that's true. I agree. Yep. So basically, WX and a Y, you're looking at an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and simply 1, 2, guys. Alfonso, you're looking for an impulse, bro. Okay, and that means you are simply in an A, B, and a C. Okay, or bigger scenario 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, this is the ABC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. Bro, my break is over. I'll take a full look later. Thanks a lot. You're very welcome. No problem, bro. That's it. Anyway, so this is the targets, of course. If you would like to see it later on, definitely this is your target for a wave zigzag. Here we go. Now, of course, that is fib levels always based on logarithmic chart, and some are linear. To be secure and safe, always take the linear first, in first place. Let's hit this, and then we think about higher logarithmic 29. If we break it, of course, therefore we are logarithmic. All right, you're very welcome, Insult. All right, that was ARCBLOCK, which is it was at 1 hour 29, I think. All right, Bitcoin till the end, we said. Okay, we're gonna finish with Bitcoin again. So injective, let's see injective, which is very interesting chart. Injective. All right. Yeah, so we have great. I mean, we are already almost in the fib levels, but don't forget the timing required for this might be not yet the time. Or sorry, yeah, for injective, I'm in much more in double 1 2. Yeah, I don't care about the timing for wave 4. Now I just left it because what if you are in 1 2 3 and a wave 4? Your wave 4 has to be like a very long in time before moving for higher. But higher potential here for injective, that you are in double 1 2 and you are looking for a short wave 3 and you're looking for a wave 4 here internally, right? Which it might be basically, yeah, it can be a 1 2 1 2 wave 3 4 and a 5, right? The wave 5 might be explosive. And by the way, yes, this wave 4 is belonging to this one, by the way. 1 2 3 4 and a 5 extended, and I believe it can reach the 2.618, and then of course 4 and a 5. So very, very impulsive. However, for injective, I still see the timing still far a little bit. Okay, why? Because you have a very long sideways. But to mention that when you have alternation, if you have a flat here, which we are looking at, very shallow flat, not deep zigzag for wave 2, you might get a deep zigzag for wave 4. When you get a deep zigzag, you paid in price, and you might move toward the upside without reaching the perfection in time. Okay? And that means 0.618 in FIP time has been already passed, guys. Here we go. Okay, even, sorry, this is the right time here. Okay? Even, I would say, right now, 0.618 has been passed. You have hit, not yet the 0.38. I believe it's gonna move from the 0.38 very clearly. Let's move very micro to see this correction. Okay, guys, wave 5, wave 3, wave C potentially. You are in A, B, and a C. Okay, so basically, even your wave 4 has took the required time potentially. Wave C expanding flat. Okay, yeah, we have already passed it. 1 second. Did I took it right? Oh, okay. That means your wave V is very overshooted. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we have passed it. We have passed it, but it's not a problem. And that because, of course, it might be a very fast wave 4. Okay, you might start to move for higher with all the altcoins once they start to move. However, keep it in mind, of course, that it might take more time because, of course, of the wave 2 is very, very long. I prefer just to hit the 0.38, watch the reaction. If the reaction is going to be impulsive and fast toward the upside, well, this might be your signal, okay, for continuation. However, in a bigger view, we still bullish. Don't forget that even if you are in A, B, and a C, the wave C, if finished here, I doubt it so much, meaning the wave C might be bigger. This is only your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you are, sorry guys, looks like many of the cups are now. So we have A, B, C, of course, zigzag toward the upside. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at a Bitcoin before we finish the stream and to see what are the possibilities again. All right. So Bitcoin. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. It's gonna. Yeah, I mean, we didn't hit the 0.886 yet. We still, of course, in the bullish setup. There is nothing to add from the start of the stream. Nothing yet, and I believe that it might be very, very, very sideways or bullish, guys. One of these scenarios. Very sideways meaning, of course, finishing this triangle, or simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how do we know? If you retrace in the top here, you will see, of course, a wave D and a E, and then moving toward the upside. You will think here, okay, it's done, it's bearish, right? And then wave E, and boom, all-time high. All right, so that was it for Bitcoin and altcoin live stream today. I hope that this was helpful enough. And sorry again that I'm not really in a good shape right now to make a lot of videos, and I'm trying just to gather up everything in one live stream per day. I think this is less stressful for me, and I think much more informative for you, right? Yep, so that was it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you